Oh yeah, more stream. Yeah, cool spot. I mean, figuratively and literally cool. Good thing I warmed up a lot on that climbing. Yeah. Well, I initially felt kind of silly putting on a jacket, but it's close to 40 degrees and quite breezy up here. So something I am definitely not used to after a lot of runs in the 80s and 90s the last few months. So it's very welcome, but I am all kinds of soft for cold weather readiness right now. So I'm glad I brought the jacket. And I'm glad I came up here though. My goodness. Boise in the fall, man. Whew. Tough to beat. All right, since I'm up here right now in October, I wanted to take the time to get some kind of background film for, you know, other season B-roll probably for the Dry Creek project that we're filming next year. You can see right behind me, right over here, is the actual headwaters to Dry Creek. So yeah, this is kind of giving us some demonstrative film for what this looks like in October. Obviously no water here right now at the top of the headlands, or the headwaters, but I was down closer to the outflow of the of Dry Creek yesterday, and yeah, there was a good stream growing. So this was a kind of odd year where we had maybe a couple of weeks where it was dry, and the rest of the time we had a pretty solid flow down below. There's parts on the upper part that never go fully dry, so that's great. We'll kind of see some red band trout and some other cool stuff in that kind of riparian habitat that's in there. But yeah, this is just a cool spot to kind of take a peep on the headwaters as you're going around the mountain, which is one of our most popular trails in Idaho. So yeah, kind of cool. So depending on what time we come up here in the spring, this could actually have some water, and I guess could be called the headwaters, because this little spot here does flow right across down to where the kind of marked out headwaters are. So I'm not sure if this is official or not, because it's only here for a little while in the spring, but yeah, kind of cool. This is about where our project will end, since we're going to start at the outflow into the Boise River. So yeah, hopefully this footage is useful in adding into that Dry Creek project. Ooh. So, as crazy as it might sound, I've never been down Mahalo, ever, which might not sound crazy if you are not in Boise, but if you're a local, this is kind of one of the other most popular trails up on the mountain. But I'm a boring basic runner, and I don't mountain bike like cool people, so I've really had no reason to go down Mahalo, because it looks like a mountain biker trail. But it's gonna lead me to another trail that I've never been down, which is Gardiner Peak. So yeah, I'm gonna head that way and try and have a proper adventure today without freezing, because it somehow has gotten even colder and my hands are very cold. It's really a shame that it takes 45-minute drive to get over to these trails on this side of the front range here, because my goodness, it's just so special and nice being on the forested side of the mountains as opposed to the other side of the foothills. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful. Looks nothing like Boise on the other side. Just some far more interesting trail. But it's just so nice when you can go straight from town and start running. So yeah, I guess that's what keeps this special though, is you don't get to be here every day. So unless you move up to Bogus, which would be awesome. But man, look at these views. Incredible. Aforementioned biker trail clear and evident with the gratuitous switchbacks, but that's all right. It's a beautiful trail, and you know what? Swimba and the other mountain bikers are the ones who maintain it, so good on them. Super awesome work that they do here, so major kudos. Whew. I mean, look at this, come on. This is beautiful, so fun. Woo-woo. Big tree. Yep. Roots. Yeehaw. It is super fun running through all these big Douglas fir trees. However, I've also spotted back on this side on Mahalo that there are a good number of pretty mature ponderosas too, which is even cooler because this would have originally been covered in more ponderosa than Douglas fir, for sure. Well, at least a lot more than there are now. But being a really good versatile timber tree, the ponderosas got logged pretty heavy. Not that Douglas firs aren't, but yeah, so. And then with beetles and stuff attacking them, it's tough to bounce back. So the Douglas fir seems to do really well here, and has kind of outcompeted the ponderosas, if I'm getting my facts straight. So it's always cool when you see some big ponderosas. That's why I love going over to like Central Oregon, where you got juniper steppe areas and then sage, and then you got the big ponderosas and along the Deschutes, and yeah, it's super cool seeing the stuff kind of closer to how it probably was a few hundred years ago. You know, it's cool now, but it's kind of cool to see what it would have been like. The ponderosas, I feel like, just provide a super unique forest with low amounts of undergrowth, you know, just nice wide open, super fun. So, but I'm a big tree guy, so I like all of them. They're all cool. All right, well, that was perfect timing. About, I don't know, less than a minute later, popped around a corner and we got big dead ponderosa there. I'm gonna guess beetles, but who knows? Something else could have been lightning or something. But anyway, we got a nice big living one right here. Super cool. And then a couple buddies over here. Wow. I mean, it's hard to understand the scale of this on the video, but yeah, I mean, it's a good sized tree, you know? Look at it. And you can see the timber value. I mean, boom, straight up, look at that. A lot of board feet in there. Another big one right over here. Yeah, it's just cool. I mean, you can see the Douglas firs in here. They're cool. They're a good tree, but I don't know. They're not as cool as ponderosas to me. Maybe it's just because we have more, I don't know, similar conifers to the Douglas fir back east, or similar in looks anyway. So I don't know. These just feel, we have other spruce and stuff, so we don't really have anything like a ponderosa. Got some big white pine, but yeah, it's cool growing up in the Northeast, seeing the big trees like this. And then, of course, we got cedars and coastal redwoods and sequoias out here too. But I mean, not in Boise, but in the West. And yeah, I don't know. It's just special. Probably due to my lifelong love of Middle Earth and all things elves and Lothlorien and all of that. But yeah, I like it, man. It's good stuff. Look at this. I was not expecting that. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh man, look at this spot. Whew. Incredible. Wow. No notes from Ranger Dan on this section. Just soaking it in. Wow. What a trail. Waited 8 years to try this thing? For shame. But I'm here now. That's what matters. Even if I'm not in the area much longer, at least got all the classics in now, I think. Wow. Not sure why I'm showing you me. Should be looking the other way. Just get a look at this trail. I just put the GoPro away and then I had to pull it right back out because look at this. What a view. All right, now we begin the climb back up. See how much we descended. Oh boy, below 5,000 feet. Which I think means we have another 2,000 feet of climbing before we're back. It did not disappoint. We are indeed running up a stream. I love it. One of my favorites. A little slippery, a little cold, and a little wet. But it's awesome. It's like being back in New England. I mean, far less trail work when you just go up the stream itself. Yeah, it could use a little bit of grooming down here. One of the first jobs I ever had, grooming North ski trails. I feel like Bob Hopel would want me out here with some snips right now. That was my neighbor who I worked for. Oh yeah. So we made it back to the start of Mahalo from the Gardiner Peak Loop. You can see Gardiner Peak over there. So yeah, Gardiner Peak was awesome. That was incredible. So was Mahalo. Just some absolutely beautiful trails. That crazy field upper part that I took some film of on Gardiner Peak, you can actually see it from here, so I don't know why I was surprised by that, but just wow, stunning, absolutely stunning over there. It looks like you're a lot further north or higher up, so cool. It's nice to know that's so close to town. This is a super fun route and I'm glad I did it, but I have to say it feels like the entire thing is uphill. There's like two measly miles of downhill right at the end. The rest of it is, my goodness, a lot of climbing. And I know it's just partly because my back is still messed up and I have no climbing legs whatsoever apparently, but still, that's a hard loop. I also probably pushed too hard on the Gardiner Loop part in the middle. I saw that there was a segment and oh shucks. I can't say no to pushing on a segment, that is. I don't even know if I got it, but because I had to stop and try and make sure I was going the right way a couple times, which definitely added, but it was fun pushing either way. Until I got back out on Ridge Road and realized my already bad climbing legs were now just deceased. But man, super fun day. I guess I stopped doing the Ranger dance halfway through once I started pushing hard, but that's how it goes. That is how it goes. So I think I'll sign off here and enjoy my last half mile down to the truck in the sun. Woo!